They're not only producing, they're mass producing cars that literally don't have a steering wheel, don't have a driver, don't have a pedal, gas brake, whatever, nothing. They're going all in.
They're going all in. And you mentioned something important. So not approved by regulators yet,
Right.
and this will be a state-by-state approval process. So that's a long time to make that happen. Just want to back up, though, and talk about the levels of potential autonomous vehicles and to see how far they've gotten.
Right.
So most of us are pretty familiar with cruise control. So
Yep.
that's considered some part of an autonomous vehicle, and we're familiar with it. It can speed up and slow down, but we're there to help it out in the absence, or if we don't feel it's
Right.
doing the right thing. They're talking about a car where we won't be able to intercede.
Even if we wanted to.
Even if we wanted to. And right now, they're saying this is a level 4 vehicle, so it's only in certain geographic areas. So it
Right.
will have a planned route. And so think a connection to Google Map or the current GPS
Right.
system. So that actually seems safer to me. So you said before the break, well, would you get in the vehicle? Well, on the condition that it's a pre-programmed route, which it's driven many times before, I think I'm probably pretty comfortable with that. However, there's no one that can intercede. The only intercede is if there's a problem and it doesn't know what to do, it pulls over and stops.
Right.
I don't know. Is that a good solution on a dark, lonely highway out of cell phone service?
Well, but it also sort of sparks something in another car. Probably that one with a driver would come and get you.
Right.
Listen, I pulled up the most recent data I could find that in 2016, 37,000 people died driving cars in the United States.
And?
Nearly 2,000 people died in Canada. Cars are not safe. These are demonstrably safer already.
Yes.
Right? GM has had, it's the most accidents by any of the driverless cars. It's had 22 accidents in California last year. Not one of them were the driverless car's fault. They were all somebody else. And that's a problem. You're going to have people that bang into you and
right.
accidents
and we've
will
always said
continue
we
to
can't
happen.
control other people's behavior because the proportions are quite striking because the number of tests that they're going to run to have to prove this actually suggests that in these circumstances, in controlled circumstances, whether I want to be at a level 5, which says it can go anywhere that it chooses,
right.
I think we're a long way from that. But the notion that they're making this big commitment.
We are moving way faster towards this than even I had thought, and I thought we were moving pretty fast.
I absolutely agreed with you. I think what's stunning about this is that a major manufacturer is making a major commitment
Right.
and has already done the regulatory work, which you and I might say that's the harder piece of the work,
Absolutely.
is to convince people how safe. And by the way, you and I are starting to talk ourselves into, well, it's cruise control, just better. Okay,
Right.
maybe I will get in the car.
Yeah, well, I drove one down the DVP, or allowed it to drive me down Don Valley Parkway, a big windy highway in Toronto, and I was horrified for about 90 seconds. And then I was like, I never want to drive a car
Right.
again. This is great.